Hey, folks, and welcome back to Glenn and Adrian's Rock Talk. That's Adrian.
And that's Glenn.
And today, we are going to return to the REO brothers, and we're going to watch them play a Brian Wilson classic, a Beach Boys classic, but by Brian Wilson. This is probably his very best song, in my opinion. Yours may vary, but it's God Only Knows. I know that this is Paul McCartney's favorite song, and he wishes he had written it. If you listen to it really carefully, it's not hard to see why. This song is much more complicated than most listeners think. You know, once they start to really dig into it, if they try to play it, they're like, oh, wait a minute. Wait, where'd it go? What's happening? You know, it's one of those. And yet it's got this kind of compact, very fulfilling sound to it, with the chords kind of coming around on each other and then the harmonies at the end. So, of course, we're very familiar with the Beach Boys version of this absolute classic song. So we have done the REO brothers a couple of times in the past. We did Penny Lane and Sultans of Swing. If that interests you, I'll make sure to leave them the cards here. Adrian, any thoughts ahead before we take a look at this?
The REO brothers are another band that does covers and does them very, very well.
What do you think of this song, God Only Knows?
Well, it's one of my favorite Beach Boys songs. Actually, one of my very favorites, California Girls, Good Vibrations, and Heroes and Villains. Yeah. That kind of rounds out my list of favorites.
This is the song of the hour, and we're going to also tributize Brian a little bit by looking at this. So we'll keep him in our thoughts as we watch them perform this. All right, let's take a look, and we will discuss afterwards.
All right.
1, 2, 3, go.
Above you, you never need to doubt it. I'll make you so sure about it. God only knows what I'd be without you. If you should ever leave me, don't have to still go on and leave me. The world could show nothing to me. So what good would it be to me? God only knows what I'd be without
Wow, that was a pretty good rendition. What did you think, Adrian?
Yeah, it was just, the sound is just awesome in this one. They did a heck of a job recreating the song. And, I wonder how many tracks they used in the original version, the Beach Boys. How many tracks they used. They must have used a lot. The vocal parts are compact and efficient. You get the feeling more vocals with less tracks.
Mm-hmm.
just because of the way they did it. You know, in the original, I'm sure there are half dozen tracks of them singing as a group in each track with different parts in each track.
Well, yeah, I don't even know how many tracks there were, but I know that at the time that they recorded it, there were really only 4-track machines in existence. That was the top level of multi-tracking at the time, 4. So, yeah, it's an amazing thing to remember, but he put together something absolutely incredible. Let's see, there are some notes here about what various musicians thought of this song. Well, first of all, it's considered one of the best songs of all time by many people. In 2021, Rolling Stone said it was number 11 on the list of 500 greatest songs of all time. I would put it even higher, just because it's such a masterpiece in how things weave together, whether it's the chord structures, you know, for the verse, or if it's the actual vocal harmonies going on at the end. Of course, Paul McCartney loved this song, thought it was the best song ever written. Barry Gibb from the Bee Gees said, "It blew the top of my head off. My first thought was, oh dear, I'm wasting my time. How can I ever compete with that?" The Bee Gees said that, okay? Pete Townsend, God only knows, is simple and elegant and was stunning when it first appeared, and it still sounds perfect. The REO brothers did a really nice job on it. Really appreciate that. Yeah, it can be very difficult to do Beach Boys songs, unfortunately, for reactions, but we're really glad to hear this incredible cover by REO brothers, and we appreciate that. This only came out a few months ago in March. So, of course, before Brian passed, they do a lot of Beach Boys, I believe. It's not just this song. So maybe at some point we will look at something else. But folks, why don't you let us know what you thought of this? And if you have other favorite covers by the REO brothers that you'd like us to take a look at, by all means, leave them below and we'll see what we can do. Okay? And leave your thoughts in general. If there's any details you think we missed, anything like that. If you have anything to say about Brian, or the Beach Boys, or what it was like when this came out, if you can remember that, or the first time you heard it. Would be interested in hearing your thoughts there too. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you enjoyed our presentation, please subscribe. All right, thanks so much for joining us today, and we will catch you on the next one. All right, take care, folks.
See you all later.